Alrighty, welcome to this video. In this tutorial, we're going to talk about the Turnitin Studio that you'll see here. We're going to click here. We're going to take a look at both of these, and we'll see the whole Turnitin environment and everything that you can do there. So it says View Originality Report, so we're going to do that. I'm going to click on it, and it's going to open this up inside of the Feedback Studio, is what it's called. Has a student name up here, has the name of the file that they turned in. You're able to grade it up here, which we'll talk about in a minute. And over here is how you kind of navigate through the different students. So this is the first student, right? So all of the submissions that you have will show up here. So that's really nice. You're able to easily go through each paper and take a look. Okay. Yeah, and this is how you navigate through. So I could click this and that would take me into Jonathan's, or I can come back here and go back to Cecilia's. Or like you saw, I can click here and hop to whatever one I want to go to. It's pretty nice there. Over here, just click on that. It will give you articles on different things, but we're basically going to go through all this stuff. Right here is these are the layers is what they're called. So these are the different things that you can see. Okay, there's only 3 layers: the grading layer, which is right here, the similarity layer, which is the red one, and then the E-rater, which is right here. So I think it's a good idea to have them all on, even, just so you can see them. Okay, and as you click on these, it'll start applying these layers over here on the paper here that they turned in. Okay, and you can see I just pulled this offline. It's an MIT paper. I threw it up there just to see what would happen, right? Okay, so these are the active layers. So close out of that. Now, if you want to hide these layers on the right-hand side, you're going to click on these buttons here. Oh, nope, you can't hide them. Just kidding. Okay, that'll show them or not show them on the actual page. Okay, and then over there is the settings where you can download the paper and you can get information on the submission. So the ID, when it was submitted, how many comments, the file size, character count, page count, all that kind of stuff. Okay. All right, so let's go over these different types of layers here. So this first one, QuickMarks, when I click on it, these are just quick little things that you can put on here. So it's just commonly used things that you would say to the student. So maybe they're missing a comma, right? You can click on that, drag it out. Maybe they're missing a comma, I don't know, right here or something. You go out there, you're good to go. Then you can click on it if you want and add a comment. Hey, a comma is needed here. Whatever you want to put there. You can bold things, italicize. You can put in a link if you want. So maybe you could say, hey, a comment is needed here. Here's the rules on this, and you send them a link to some other web page that explains something more. Okay, and they'll see this. So it'll say missing comma. So that's the quick mark that you use, and then they'll have this little bubble here telling them that you actually put extra comments in there. So then they can go through and take a look at it. You can click and drag wherever you want it to go. Okay, you can see that I already put some other things in here. And then if you want to get rid of it, you just hit the little trash icon and it goes away. Okay, so quick marks are, just commonly used things that teachers use on these papers. Weak transition, support, vague, run-on sentence, all those kind of things. Okay, the next one is feedback summary. And what this does is it allows you to leave a voice comment if you want. So you can record something and talk to them. And say, hey, Cecilia, great job on this, but, here's some issues that I found. You list them out, and it's a 3-minute limit. So that's kind of cool that you're able to do that. Or you can leave a text comment. Now, these do not, from what I understand, these do not get pulled over into Brightspace. So the only way they're going to see this or be able to hear this is if they go into this report. So, be aware of that. Okay, the next one is this rubric. We talked about that in another video. like I said, I kind of went in here. I created a rubric in Brightspace, but it doesn't seem to pull that over. So if you want a rubric attached to this and you want to create one, you'll need to just hit the little thing, the button here, and attach it to the assignment. I think if it will let me. Oh, I'm not the owner. Okay. So yeah. Oh, okay. So I come up here, create new rubric, right? Then you put in the criterion, you put in the scales, go through, can attach it to the assignment if you want. And then you can use this rubric to grade it just like you would in Brightspace. I think it's kind of weird though that it won't pull over the Brightspace rubrics. I don't know if that's a setting issue or what, but for now, at least I haven't figured out how to do it. So you might be able to, but like I said, I mean, I've come in here just to show you. If I go in here to course admin, oh, rubrics. See, I mean, I created this Turnitin rubric and it's published. I mean, it's ready, right? But Turnitin's not seeing it. So you got to create the rubric in here if you want to use it. So just, be aware of that. Okay. So that's the rubric. Now, also you can come over here and just click on the page, I think. It's not letting me, so I'm going to refresh here. There we go. That was weird. That wasn't working before. Okay, so if you click, you'll get this, right? So you can do QuickMarks from here. Okay, you can do the QuickMark, do what you want to do there, just like we did from over here. It's just another way to access that. Or you can come here and do comment, type in whatever you want there. But what's kind of cool is you can convert that to a QuickMark. So if you create a comment that you find yourself using over and over and over again, I don't know, watch the pacing or something like that, you can convert it to a QuickMark. I can say pacing. We'll just say commonly used, hit save. So now when I come over here, pacing's part of that. So you can add your own QuickMarks. You don't have to use the ones that they just give you. So that's kind of a cool thing to know about. Okay, then the other one is just an inline. It's just typing, right? Like you see over here, inline comment. So if you don't want them to have to click on something to see your comment, you can just type it out directly onto the page. So, got caps lock on there. So stay on topic. Right, click out of it, and then you can just kind of. That looked weird. I think it's lagging a little bit. Okay, there we go. Then we can just kind of move it around as needed. Or if you want to get rid of it, just hit the little trash icon and it goes away. Okay, next one is right here. This is the originality score. So I got a 38%. Okay, so we can click into there. Now, if you have enough room here, you'll see that this it's vertically right here. It comes out like this because I don't have enough space. So, just be aware of that. So I can click on the number. It's going to show me the number here, the 38%. And then I can start clicking on, so it says, okay, 8% of the paper was found at this source. So I can click on it, and it's going to highlight what they typed in their, it's going to highlight what they typed inside of their paper, and so this is all going to be in red. So this red they found at this source. So we can take a look. I don't even know if that worked. Huh, weird. Well, anyways, at this website, they found stuff that matched. So I was soon at the Battery after that, and there was a right man hugging himself. I was soon at the Battery after that, there was a right man hugging himself. So it found the match there. So then I can click this and go down to the next one that it found at that source, the next one that it found at that source, and so forth. Then I can come here to the book stacks, right? So now we got this little pink, purple-ish type color. So book stacks where it has here, then came the night of the first falling star, then came the night of the first falling star. So you can start looking at all of the different matches that it found, and you can see there's a bunch. And then I got these less than 1% ones, right? So, but you can come down here, okay, these are the cited ones, right? So we're probably okay there. But the main thing to know though is just what percentage of the paper was found at this source, and then which just shows you right there. So 8% of the paper was found here, 3% was found here, and so forth. And you can just start clicking on them, seeing, and I just like how it pulls up the source, you know. You click on that, it pulls up the source from the internet or where it found it, and then shows you how it matches on the paper. So you can take a look at that. Okay, over here, if I click on all sources, okay, it's just going to show everyone. There's a bunch, right? And then it'll show me the URLs at the websites and such. Okay, so I can start getting an idea of where all these things were found. So, right, this is kind of a weird one because this is part of the excerpts, right? So this probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. Mark Twain's Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, that's all that was there. So obviously this wasn't plagiarized. It was just them talking about the title. So that's not that big of a deal. But you can go through there to take a look at all of the different sources. Now you can come over here and do exclude sources. So you can say, you know what, all the ones here, dumb, I don't need to worry about that. I don't need to worry about that or that. You can exclude them. Okay. And just sometimes you gotta wait. It's kind of slow there. Okay, and then we can come over here and do filter. So we can exclude the quotes. This is what I was talking about in the other video where you can include all the quotes and citations and stuff in there if you want, because in here you can go in here and exclude them if you want. So when you exclude the quotes, exclude the bibliography, and then you're just getting the text inside the body of the paper basically and seeing if that matches anything. Okay. Right, now if in here, you know, you ended up excluding something that you didn't want to, you can click here, go here, right? And this will show all of the excluded sources that you did, and you can just check them and restore them individually or just hit restore all. So you are able to get rid of sources that you find shouldn't be there or you know, don't have anything to do with plagiarism. All right, so that's for that. Okay, now the E-rater, right? The grammar rater, grammar, whatever you want to call this, the grammar tool. Got to be careful here. So this paper had more than 64,000 characters, so this didn't work. So I had to go back and get rid of a bunch of characters from another paper. And this one, though, let's go back to it here. So instructor tools, submissions. Go in here. We'll look at the other submission here. So this one I made sure had less than 64,000 characters because I wanted to be able to see, what E-rater did. Okay, so we'll just leave that. Well, I actually could have just, navigated to it that way, but oh well. All right, so I click on this, okay, and this is what it'll give you. Grammar stuff, the mechanics, missing punctuation, missing commas. I'm not really that big of an English teacher type person, so I don't know how accurate this is. This is something for you to kind of take a look at. But you can uncheck the ones you don't want to see. If you don't want to see usage issues or style issues, you can uncheck them. But it's all going to be in purple. Okay, you can come over here and just click on it, see what it says. This world is misspelled, right? Missing comma, missing comma. You can just come down here and it'll say all these different issues that it's found through this grammar tool. Like again, how accurate it is, not really sure. That's for you to take a look at. It may or may not be helpful, but if anything, it could be helpful for the students. They can go through there and it'll help them with the grammar issues that they may have issues with. Okay. Let's see. You can check out, let's see, we went over this, so you can download the report if you want. Once you hit this, it takes a few seconds, usually a minute or so, to compile the report so you can download it. And then we went over the submission information. There's a text-only report. Click on that, and it will just give you, I actually never did this one, so we'll see what this does. Okay, there's the text-only report. Okay, has all the different things here. You can kind of scroll through, tells you all the different issues and such. So those are, the red is all the matches from NCBI. The blue is the match from the BM Jones, so forth. You can, just another way to view the report. Makes it a little more friendly if you needed to print it or things like that. Okay, and the last thing, don't ever really mess with this. The high resolution, just make sure that's always on. I think it's on by default, but I turned that off, and man, it made everything really blurry and hard to read. So just make sure that's always on. And then, of course, you have the zoom. You can zoom in and out. All right, that's it for reading this report. Actually, let me check. Yep, that's it. So, yeah, we're done, guys. In the next video, we're going to talk about how to grade through Turnitin. We'll see you later.